Hi, my name is Caitlyn Hinnerschitz, and I am currently going to be a senior one in the fall of 2019 as an elementary education major at Coastal Carolina University. So, the teacher that I am talking about who really inspired me to be a better person and teacher in general is Mr. Lou Layton, but we'll talk more about him in a minute. So before I encountered him, I was really struggling from bullying from a dance studio that I had been at, and bullying from my peers and actually role models who would let me down. So in that time, I felt worthless. I felt not valued or not enough, and I was told I really wouldn't amount to anything that I set my mind to. And I was also in my shell. I wouldn't even have the confidence to do this without him. And I honestly was not as passionate about education. I knew I wanted to do it, but I was told and belittled by my peers and some of my mentors even that it's not a good career choice because you wouldn't get paid for what you do, and they just didn't understand that it's not about the money, it's about making a difference. So my teacher was Mr. Lou Layton, and he was my high school drama teacher for my 10th, 11th, and 12th grade years at the Academy for Art, Science, and Technology. Now, he was unique because he took the time to get to know his students on a personal level. He knew what each one of us liked and disliked, what we loved, what made us passionate, and what was bothering us. He knew all of our problems because we were able to be vulnerable with him and we trusted him. It also had a constructivist feel classroom because we really took control of our learning. He didn't take control of it. He was more like a facilitator, which I really appreciated. Now, what has this changed in me as a result of my teacher? So it just taught me how to love others and to appreciate our differences. Our class, 10th through 12th grade, was a very heterogeneous mix. We were all really different. We all came from different walks of life. Some of us had different sexualities. We identified differently. But he taught us that we have to love each other no matter what, and we have to stand by each other no matter what and get to know each other so we could do that. He also taught us valuable lessons of humility. All of the accolades that we won from our plays at All County, he never took for himself. He always reflected it back on us. He also helped me come out of my shell a little bit, as I mentioned before. I wouldn't have been able to do this without him. The heart of what I learned in a single sentence would be, inclusivity is the key to happiness, and we need to be the key to unlock that statement for the rest of society. And after my time in his classroom and upon reflecting on all the stuff I learned, I realized how much he taught me to value and appreciate everybody else. And by learning that, I was able to start seeing the things I valued and appreciated of myself. So self-love definitely happened there, which led to a domino effect to the rest of my life. I started loving my family more. I started appreciating my friends more. I just became happier in my home life and in my social life, which really domino affected to me doing more community service outreaches, civic engagement, getting more involved in my church, helping people in need. It just kept going on and on and on. So what kind of teacher do I want to be for my students? Well, after my time in Mr. Layton's classroom, I realized that this is what I was called to do. So I really want to advocate for my students. I want to teach them that they can talk to me no matter what, and I will help them solve whatever problems that they need me to help them to. I want them to know that it's a safe space. So I want to really promote social justice in my classroom to help them feel welcome and included no matter where they come from, what their race is, how they identify. I just want them to feel loved and appreciated when they come into my classroom. I also want to be a constructivist teacher that really puts the learning on the students and it's student-centered all the time. So it's more like that inquiry-based discovery learning with the teacher as a facilitator. And I want them to be seen and to be heard, no matter how young they are. And I learned this from Mr. Layton that from the age that they begin walking and talking, they can enact change and enact a positive change. And I also want to teach them just to love learning and to be a lifelong learner, because that's what Mr. Layton was, and that's what I am now because of him. So, to recap, Mr. Lou Layton was my high school drama teacher at the Academy for 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, and he had an impact on me that I will never forget, and I hope I can pass down these 3 things to my future students that they will never forget as well. So number 1, I want to view them holistically and not as a grade, and I want them to know that as well. To know that's not what defines who they are. How they act and how they care and love for others, that's what defines who they are. And I also, secondly, want to teach them that society does not define who they are. They can be their own person and do whatever they want to, have whatever career goals that they want to, no matter what socioeconomic status that they come from, no matter what country they come from. And thirdly, I want to teach them to be more socially just members of society, because that is the most powerful weapon that we can give them to produce positive, uplifting change in our world that needs it so badly right now. And again, all of this would not have been possible without Mr. Layton in my life. He really taught me these fundamentals of what social justice is. And then in college, I had other professors that really put a name on it and told me what I can do to make that happen, because Mr. Layton really ignited that passion for me. And I can't wait to ignite it in my future students as well one day. Thank you for listening and have a great day.